we're going to find the exact value of this composition function. It's a regular trig function composited with a inverse trig function. We're going to do two of them, so stay around for both of them if you'd like. And we're going to use triangles to do this. So the first thing we're going to do is always do the inside first. So this says the arcsine of -2/9 means this is the angle whose sine is -2/9. So that's what that means. The sine is -2/9. That's why you can draw a triangle here, because you draw your triangle. We know that the sine is 2/9, so the opposite is 2, and the hypotenuse is 9. Now, the reason why the 9 can never be negative because it's the hypotenuse. The reason the 2 can be negative is because you remember the arcsine is in this part of the circle. So the triangle just really looks like this. So that side here is -2. And for just to make it easier, I'm going to just label it with a -2 and go from there. So basically, we just need to find the tangent of this angle. And the tangent is opposite over adjacent. We just don't have the adjacent. So Pythagorean theorem will get us that. X squared plus -2 squared equals 9 squared. So x squared equals 77. X is the square root of 77. It's really plus or minus, but if you look at, where the arc sine over here, the domain, x is always positive. So this is always going to be positive for arc sine. So now we're ready to go. Tangent of this angle that we just created the triangle for is opposite over adjacent, and you're done. If you like to rationalize, go ahead. You don't need to. That's that. So let's look at one more. Use a right triangle to find the exact value of the cosine of the arctan of -2/7. So arctan, like arcsine, we're only on this half of the circle. So when we do arctan equals -2/7, you know it has to be down here because it's negative. And you can tell, see, if you're looking at -2/7, you're not sure which one is negative, but based off the domain, only the y can be negative for the arctangent. X is always positive, as you see. That's where the circle is. So you can think of this as always, for arctan, -2/7. So when you create your triangle, this is the angle whose tangent is, it's the angle whose tangent equals -2/7. When you draw your triangle, you can be sure that the y is the -2, opposite over the adjacent is 7. So tangent is opposite over adjacent. So -2 is opposite, adjacent is 7. This was our angle. We need to find the cosine of that angle. We need the hypotenuse. So again, Pythagorean theorem, 7 squared plus -2 squared equals the hypotenuse squared. So the hypotenuse equals the square root of 53. And it's really easy from here. Cosine of that angle is adjacent over hypotenuse. And again, if you want to rationalize that, multiply with root 53 over root 53, and you'll get your final answer here. So that's it. It's pretty easy. Have fun practicing.